just listened to my last recording and I heard Shadow's happy squeak at the end when Grandpa came home. So you've had Shadow telling you part of the story, I guess. All right, we'll continue. Call it courage. Now, once more, it was the beginning of the season of storms. Men scanned the skies anxiously, watching for the dreaded signs which might spell the destruction of their world. Soon the great bonitos would be swimming beyond the reef, hundreds, thousands of them, for they came each year at this time with the unfailing regularity of the tides. They were held to be the special property of young boys, since it was by killing them that a youth learned to kill the swordfishes and tiger sharks, progressing from one stage to a higher. Every boy in the village sharpened his spear, tested the shaft, honed his sharp knife. Every boy, that is, except Mafatu. Kana stopped one afternoon to watch Mafatu at work on his nets. Of all the youths of his own age, Kana alone had been friendly. Sometimes he even stayed behind when the others were fishing to help the boy with his work. The bonitas had begun to run Mafatu, Kana said quietly. Yes, the other returned, then fell silent. His fingers faltered as they flew among the sennit fibers of the net he was making. My father brought back word from the reef today, Kana went on. Already there are many bonitos out there. Tomorrow we boys will go after them. That's our job. It will be fun, eh? Mafatu's knuckles whitened. His ears pounded with the swift fury of the sea. That will be fun, won't it? Kana insisted, watching Mafatu closely. But the boy made no answer. Kana started to speak. He stopped, turned away impatiently, and walked away. Mafatu wanted to cry out after him. Wait, Kana, I'll go, I'll try. But the words would not come. Kana had gone. Tomorrow he and all the other boys would be taking their canoes out beyond the reef. They would return at sunset, loaded down with bonitos, their faces happy, their shouts filling the dusk. Their fathers would say, "See what a fine fisherman is my son. He will be a chief one of these days." Only Tavananui would be silent. His son had not gone. That night, a new moon rose above the edge of the sea, silvering the land with the bloom of magic. Wandering along the outer beach with Yuri, Mafatu heard laughing voices and drew hastily into the black shadow of a pandanus. A group of boys were pulling their canoes above high water mark and laying their plans for the morrow. Their voices were shrill with eagerness. Tomorrow at daybreak, one was saying, there'll be Timmy and Tapu and Viri. Hey, another voice broke in. It's work for us all. How else will we become fishermen and warriors? How else will we feed our families and keep the tribe alive? True, Hikaru is too poor. There are only the fish from the sea. A man must be fearless to provide food. We will all go, every one of us. Mafatu, standing tense in the shadows, heard a scornful laugh. His heart contracted. Not all of us will go, he heard Kana scoff. Not Mafatu. Ha, he is afraid. He makes good spears, offered Viri generously. Ha, that is woman's work. Mafatu is afraid of the sea. He will never be a warrior. Kana laughed again, and the scorn of his voice was like a spear thrust through Mafatu's heart. Aye, Kana was saying, I have tried to be friendly with him, but he is good only for making spears. Mafatu is a coward. The boys disappeared down the moonlit beach. Their laughter floated back on the night air. Mafatu stood quite still. Kana had spoken. He had voiced, once for all, the feeling of the tribe. Mafatu, Stoutheart, was a coward. He was the boy who was afraid.